This is some of the best advice I've heard for setting yourself up for success next semester from a college professor's point of view. So I was listening to this podcast that had James Clear on it, the author of Atomic Habits. It was the Mel Robbins podcast. And as I was listening to it, I was thinking, oh my God, this is such great advice for the start of a new semester. A lot of us start a new semester with all sorts of optimism, and myself included in this, for like how we're going to use our time and how successful we're going to be throughout the semester. But we don't come in with a plan for how to make that end result of like a more successful, energized, empowered semester happen. And it's that lack of preparation, that lack of realistic planning for what the day-to-day is going to look like that makes it difficult to see those results when we get to, May, the end of the semester. The first step, I think, to this process is to reflect back on last semester honestly and transparently with yourself and ask yourself, like, what were my habits, my day-to-day habits last semester, so that you're looking at, like, when did you go to bed and when did you wake up? Were you going to bed really late and were you waking up, 15 minutes before class started? And eating habits like? What were your study habits like? Were you studying, the day before the exam? Start by doing like an audit of last semester so you know what worked and what didn't work so that we can build a plan for next semester going forward. So there are three main habit areas I would encourage you to consider building in preparation for the next semester. The first one being study strategies, obviously. So once you've reflected on what you did last semester and what worked and what didn't, figuring out how to study successfully and strategically in a way that is consistent and occurs longitudinally, not in one day before the exam. And I have other videos on my account that get at some of the different strategies available for you. So finding what works. Second habit I would encourage you to consider getting into is using your campus resources, again, consistently and frequently. So some of those resources are your professor's office hours. Use them proactively and often, okay? Don't wait for the shit to hit the fan to come see your professor. On-campus writing center, tutoring centers, setting up consistent meetings in those spaces to help you improve and grow as you are moving through the semester. Third habit I would encourage you to consider is active and consistent participation in extracurriculars on your campus. There's a lot of research out there. In fact, one study, internal study from the University of California, has shown the incredible academic benefit it has on student success. So let me just read what they found. Participation in extracurricular activities is positively related to higher sense of belonging, better academic satisfaction, and higher GPA. So come up with a plan for how you are going to implement those in the next semester so that you're ready to go when you get back on campus. And if you can, on your commute back to school, give this podcast a listen because it's filled with really helpful information that I think will get you in the right mindset to get started for the spring.